Here we go. Okay, let's get to my iPad. Okay. So this is the first one we're going to do, number 1, which is this here. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom in a little more. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Okay, that's good. Okay. So we want to do factor by grouping on this. Okay. Now, again, the first thing you generally want to do is you want to get the GCF, right, of the original polynomial, which we have here. And again, that's always b times x to the m. But notice that m is 0, right? And that's because we have a non-zero constant term, namely this 8. Well, I guess you could say minus 8, but it's really, this is enough. Okay, but what about b? Well, the b, remember, this is the greatest common factor of 8, 64, 1, and 8. But it has to be 1. Because the only factor of 1 itself is 1. Excuse me, let me say it again. The only factor of 1 is 1 itself. So from here, we get the GCF is just 1 x to the 0, which is just really 1. So initially, you can't factor out anything is what I'm saying. No common factors. Like so. Okay. So now let's do factor by grouping. So let me just write out the polynomial again. Okay. So again, what do we want to do here? Well, we want to use factor by grouping. Okay, we're going to use factor by grouping. Okay, so again, what we do is we're going to form those two groups. First two terms in a group. Third and fourth term are in a group. And again, we have addition between the two groups. You know, we always want that. It just makes the process easier. Okay, let me move it up a bit. Like so. So now we have to factor each of these two groups individually. All right, now for the first group, right? If you look at 8 and 64, okay? Actually, sorry, let me start with the exponents, okay? We can see that our smallest exponent is 2. And the greatest common factor of 8 and 64 is 8. So we're going to get 8x squared as the GCF of the first group here. So because of that, we get 8. Well, there we go. We get 8x squared. And again, we have to divide. What do you say? Divide by to see what's left over. So we get 8x cubed over 8x squared minus 64x squared over 8x squared. Okay, so good. That's good. Now what do we do next? We divide, right? That's what we're doing. So we get 8x squared, right? The 8's cancel, and we'll get left with x. X squares cancel. We're left with, oh, geez, what the heck? There we go. And we left with 64 over 8 is 8. Let me just move this up a bit. The x minus 8, right, that we can bring down. So we get plus x minus 8. Okay. And now notice that we have a common thing, a common factor of x minus 8. We want that. That's good. So what I'm going to do is factor that thing out. Let me just write it again. Like so. So again, after factoring the groups individually, we can see that we have something in common, x minus 8. So we factor that out. So we have x minus 8. We have 8x squared times x minus 8 over x minus 8, right? Wait, hold on, let me, plus over x minus 8, okay? Again, we just divide, and then what happens next? Well, we get this. 8x squared plus, let me show the calculation. These are going to cancel. These cancel. When you have something over itself, you get 1. So this is what we get. Oh, wait, sorry, you can't see that. Okay. So this is our answer. And that's probably here. Let me zoom out a bit. Oh, boy, too much. Here we go. I just keep like this. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I mean, I know it's kind of tricky. I understand that. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. Are there any questions at all?